audio. And I'm gonna spotlight me. And then in here. Totally figure out how to spotlight me. Okay, we're good. Okay, we've got just a couple seconds before we start. Today, all we're going to need, you guys, is a mat, and that's it. So Core Fusion, it's going to be a class of course, core work. We're going to start with a warm-up. That will be a warm-up mostly for our spine. And then we're going to go into some core work. After that, we're going to go into some balance work, and then a nice cool down stretch where we'll also be focusing on spinal mobility. All right, that said, let's get started with our warm-up. Nice and easy, we're just going to start by rocking back and forth on our feet. So rock back to your feet, rock forward to the toes. Legs locked in, chest up. Now we're doing just warming up the muscles in the feet because those are going to help us a lot in the balance portion of today. Draw the core to help you keep your balance. Squeeze your hips, get out the stuff. Shoulders down. Chest up there. Just get really stretching your feet as you rock through the toes. Circles, so very good. Some circles forward, and to the right. Let's switch directions. So as we're working today, standing position will be in. Put your fingers on the butt, out with your joints, and placing your core and engaging all of the muscles in the body to support your bring your hands directly in line with the belly button and some march. Bring your knee up to your hands. Again, keeping your chest lifted, bracing your core. We're going to focus on using your lower abdominal muscles and the quads to lift the legs. So we're going to here through the joints, building up your lower abdominals. And take through the joints and then through the legs. All right, so let's slow it down a little bit. And we're going to open the hips as we do. Forward,
Attention all FitRec members and FitRec staff, please continue to maintain a 6 feet social distance from each other, and please wear your face mask to cover your nose and mouth at all times while exercising, except for when using the pool. Stay safe, stay fit.
And so as you do your arm circles, bring your shoulders up to the ears, and then bring the shoulder blades down the back of the arms together. So will everybody have to rejoin? Okay. All right. So guys, hopefully we're back. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, warmed up now. Let's get right into drop down, squeezing tighter, pulling the belly button in, and control. Reach the arms long and stretch like you're just waking up in the morning. Bring the hands back over shoulders. Tuck the chin, lift the shoulder blades off the floor, and we're going to roll up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Release the butt, squeeze the legs together. And if this is impossible right now for you, you always have the option of rolling to your side and pushing up with your hand. When you get to the top, lean forward, stretch through the back of the legs, release through the low back. We're going to do that 4 more times. Lift up, straighten through the spine, arch through the spine, roll down slowly. So squeeze your glutes tight, squeeze the legs together, keep your feet flexed, inch by inch, rolling down. Squeeze tighter than the mid back, Focus on control. Reach overhead, stretch. And bring your hands back above the shoulders. Tuck the chin, pull the shoulder blades off the floor. No jerking the body up. Slowly use the muscles. Up, inch by inch. Then you go to the side and use your arms to help you. And reach for your toes. Okay, if you can't reach your toes, bring your hands here and just focus on pushing the hips back and stretching through the low back. All right, up. And straight. Round. Nice and slow. Hands up the shoulders, reach the hands and ceiling, up the chin, pull shoulder blades up off the floor, and slowly, with control, lift. We've got 2 more. So if you'd like, you can stay here and continue to lift this butt up. Or if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, you're going to bring your feet hip distance apart, because then we'll take away that extra support to lift through the legs. That makes sense. So now, just core strength working. Straight back, arch, roll down slowly, inch by inch. Once you get to the part where it's very challenging, squeeze a little bit tighter, focus on control, and move as slowly as you can. Squeeze your glutes. Stretch long. Okay. Now let's focus on smooth movement. Fingertips to ceiling, shoulders off the floor, tuck your chin to protect your neck, and slowly stretch. The last one. Again, if you're taking the challenge, we have to put apart. You're still working on the roll down, so we're trying to squeeze the legs together for a little bit of extra support. Long spine, arch, inch by inch, down. Step. And last stretch like this, so enjoy it. Hand above the shoulders, fingertips to ceiling, tuck the chin, turn it up, and roll. Not as easy as it looks, right? It takes a lot of abdominal strength. And it's those lower muscles in the abdomen, the transverse abdominal muscles that we're working there. Those are the muscles that really help and support your body. Okay, so we're going to break today's squats up into 2 sections. The first section is going to be working the anterior part of the body, so the front of the body, along with the obliques. So, sit up, bend the knees in line with feet, knees in line with hips. Extend the arms, straighten through your spine, pull shoulders down, and lock in this posture. We're going to keep the spine and the hips stable, but we're going to rotate in a circle. Let's go around the world. So we're going to lean back, this side, switch to the other side, and up. Good. So it's like we're drawing a circle around our knees with our hands. That's 3. Every move we do today for the core is going to be 15 reps. So I tend to talk a lot, which makes me lose count. So you count how many you do, and stop at reach 15. Thanks. Then check your posture, shoulders down, spine straight. that point. So squeeze the glutes. That's going to help you maintain control with the low back. And help maintain control with the legs and hips. More. And the challenge comes in with how big you're drawing that circle around your knees. More, I think. As you continue, check in with your posture. Check that you're not rolling through the shoulders and you're not coming up to the ears. Last one. Good. Lie down on the floor. We're going to go into some single leg circles. So watch first, arms come out to a T. We plant the right leg. You can either keep it bent or you can extend your arm. Bend is going to help you stabilize your hips more, but if your core is pretty strong, you can take the challenge of the straight leg, go ahead and do that. Extend the left leg to the ceiling, and we drop it straight down, and circle it out, and back to center. That's one. Down, circle out, back to center. Two. So as we're doing this, we want to focus on keeping the hips still. So try not to rock back and forth as the leg comes out to the side. Here we're working through the quad, the hip flexor, the lower abdominals, and up into the obliques a little bit. One more. So your option, when you start to feel fatigue, keep with the work, but bend your knee. So all those rotations coming out of the hip joint. Let's do 5 more. Move the belly button in toward the spine, so you keep the low back pressing toward the mat. 3 more. Down, out, up, down, out. Here's your last one. So I caught my hips rocking. How about you? Rock them in. Switch legs. So left leg planted, having straighter bend. Send the right leg down, up, and then up. Do the shoulder blades into the floor. Roll the belly button in. Squeeze the glutes. All of those things are going to help stabilize the body so we're not rocking. And back. And remember, keep the TV. We've got 5 more. I will do the rest of them. You can bend the legs. And you can come here for a couple reps. And when you're feeling better, 2 more. There's the last one. Good job. Bring your knees into the chest. Take a little break. You can just hold here if you'd like. You can roll your knees around a little bit. Feel a nice massage through that next one. Okay. We're going to do a reach. So we're going to extend the legs, and we're going to open and close them from a V and then close. But as they open to a V, we're going to let the shoulder blades and reach through and come back down. Okay? So arms overhead, V the legs, reach up, and down, up, and down. Reach the legs as wide as you can. And our modification here is to bend your knees And I'm going to shorten the lever. Assisting us a little bit in movement. But if your legs and lower abs are feeling strong, you want to lengthen through the legs as much as you can by pulling through the toes. So if you're feeling this in your neck at all, tuck your chin. You can always think as you come up, look at your belly. Breathe more. For the last two, and you lift your shoulder blades a little bit higher. Last one, reach, hold, hold, hold. Come on, reach further, like you're trying to reach something in front of you, and come back down. Hug the knees in for a second. How are we doing so far? Okay. Awesome. All right. Bring arms back out to T. Here's what we're doing next. Legs come up to 90. Tabletop. 45. Tabletop. Okay. Bring them up to 90. Tabletop. 45. Tabletop. That's 1. 2. All right, so again, low back, pull it down toward the mat. We're going to do that by envisioning pulling the belly button back toward the spine. So the modification here would be alternating in the legs. You can also keep the legs above 45 degrees. You can only do both at the same time. All right, 5 more. If you'd like to challenge yourself, bend the toes, lengthen the legs as much as you can. Last one. Good job. Breathing in, relax for a second. Shoulders down, relax to the low back. You can work the lower abdominal and the obliques together now. And move that you're familiar with if you've done or with me before, or if you've done CX works. So this move is called a cross crawl. Elbows wide, chin tucked, lift, and then lift to the back. So this is our modified move. That's 2. If you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, you can extend the leg. So the hips stay still. We focus on twisting through the chest by bringing the shoulder up and over to the opposite hip. Now can you lift a little bit higher through the shoulder? We've got 5 more. Remember, if you fatigue, just bend the knees. Stay with the move. 3 more. 2. And last, 1 to the front, in back, curl the legs in. Nice job. All right, guys, our last interior move is going to be a dead bug. The dead bug is going to work the muscle that crosses through the front of our body from the hip to the opposite shoulder. And what we're going to do, bring the right leg up, tabletop, plant the left leg down, left arm extends. We're just going to switch. So marching pretty much. Alternating sides. We're coordinating the leg and the arm to move together. So what this is doing is it's strengthening the muscles that control the upper and lower body when they're moving in opposite directions. So think about when we open a door and we're twisting through the spine, or if we forget about the last stair, and we step off and lose our balance a little bit. These muscles are going to help stabilize the spine and help us catch our balance. 5 more. Long with the arm. We're going to focus on coordinating right and left side. Last one. Good job. Get behind the knees, let's roll up. We're going to lift through the posterior chain now. So come on into horse stance, please. Hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips, spine is neutral. I'll turn sideways so that you can continue from there. Press your palms into the floor, spread your fingertips apart. Lengthen through the spine by picturing pushing the top of your head to the wall in front of you and your tailbone to the wall behind you. We're going to work all through the same side, and then we'll switch sides. So lift the right arm and left leg. This is called bird dog. We're going to come into a tuck and extend back out with bird dog. As you lengthen, point the toe, reach the fingertips long. And as you lengthen, you're going to feel the glute squeeze, the hamstring squeeze. You're going to feel the upper back tighten. So do you remember that sling muscle that I talked about through the front of the body that helps us balance? We also have sling muscles through the back of the body, attaching the hip to the opposite shoulder. As well as the upper back and the lower body, we're strengthening those muscles that help us coordinate our movement. Pull the belly button up into the spine. We've got 3 more. Keep long. Keep your hips squared in the mat. Last one. Now, hold out in bird dog. Bring the hands down. Keep the leg lengthened. Check in with your hips, square them. We're going to lift and lower. It's a small movement. Point the toe. And squeeze the glute. So lift the foot up about 3 inches. So notice my foot is not going any higher than my glute. If you go higher than the glute, we go into bending the back and losing that core hold. We don't want that. We want to be controlled. We want to be intentional with our movements. 5 more. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Set that knee down. Lift back into child pose for a second. 3, 2, 1. Come back up into horse stance. Hands under shoulder. Extend the left leg now. I'm sorry, right leg. Left hand out front. We're going to crunch in, out. So remember, as we're moving, we're focusing on balance. And we're going to do that by bracing the core, by pressing the hand down into the mat, and by concentrating on our movement, rather than just going through the motions. All right, now check in with your hips. Are they square? Keep going. If you find this hip wanting to lift and open, imagine pushing the hip of the bent knee up, and that'll help keep your hips square as you move. 3 more. 2. Lengthen through your spine. Last one. All right, reach, hand under shoulder, square your hips, lift and lower. So toe pointed, hamstring and glute engaged, hips square, and focus on your core too, so no dropping through the belly. The belly button pulled up with your spine. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the knee down, push back to child's pose for a few seconds. Reach the fingertips out front. Hips back to heels. 3, 2, 1. Back up into horse stance. Hips square to the floor, knees a distance apart, hands under shoulders, belly button pulled in. Lengthen through the spine, and we're going to lift that right leg. Flex the foot, and keep your hips square. Now bring the leg back, push it up. The knee is stopping in line with the other knee. And what we're focusing on is the upward drive of the heel. Now notice my knee is stopping in line with just below my glute. And again, that's so that we hold that core brace. Check in with your hips, make sure they're even. And remember, we're holding the spine still as we move. No flexing like this. Because what we're focusing on is strengthening the hamstring and the glute. We have 2 more. Drive the heel up. Last one. Hold. Pulse the heel up to the ceiling. 15. Small movement. Squeezing through the glute. Driving the heel up. 3, 2, 1. Hold. We're going to do some scorpion push-ups. Hands directly underneath the shoulders. Hold the heel up to the ceiling. We're going to do 10. Down and up. Down and up. Your modification is to set the knee down. And your push-ups here. If you can, keep it lifted. Squeeze your glute. 1 more. Keep the elbows in against the ribs as you lower. 2 more. Last one. Good job. Drop the knee. We're going to go into fire hydrant. So I'm going to turn forward so you can see. Working through the same leg. Hands under shoulders. Knees under hips. I'm just going to bring the leg out to the side. So still strengthening through the hips here. We're strengthening to the outside of the hip. We're keeping the hips square as we move. So no tilting, okay? Keep them square so that at the top, you feel that squeeze to the side of the hip. Belly button going up toward the ceiling. Palms pressing down into the floor. And done. Push back to child's pose. Take a small break. And other side now. So, bend the leg. Square the hips. Bend the knee. Drive the heel up. Bring it in. And up. In. And up. So here, we're going through the upper back by pressing the palms into the floor, actively pulling the shoulder blades in and down the spine. Working our abs by pulling the belly button in toward the spine, bracing tight so our midsection holds still, as we move. And the concentration here is strengthening the hips. We're doing that by working the glutes and hamstrings, which in turn will strengthen the low back. 5 more. Drag the heel up. At the top, really squeeze through the glute. 3, 2, and 1. Hold at the top. Drag the heel up and pulse. Small movement. Push the sole of the foot to the ceiling. And done. Great job. Keep your foot up. 10 more scorpion push-ups. So elbows tuck in, lower, and lift. Shoulders down from the ears. If you want, again, put both feet down. If this is still too difficult, bring the knee in closer. And push-ups this way. What we're focusing on here are the triceps and the glutes. So by holding the foot up, with the glute and hamstring activated, by coordinating it with the push-ups, we're engaging those sling muscles again. 2 more. Last one. Bring them down. We're going to go into fire hydrant. So lift and lower. Keeping the hips still, keeping the hips square to the floor. Now remember, actively engaging the shoulder blades, pulling them in and down, actively bracing through the core by tightening through it to hold our midsection still, and then lifting the leg just below hip height so that we keep our hips still and engage through those outer hip muscles. 5 more. 3, 2, and last one. Good job. Push back into child pose. Breathe for a second. We've got 2 more moves for the posterior chain, and we're going to move on to balance and stability. Come on out to the belly. Squeeze your legs together. Squeeze your glutes tight. Bring your arms out wide, palms forward, thumbs up. We're going to lift, twist to the right, center, left, center, lower down. Lift, right, center, left, center, down. So as you lift, the eye gaze stays to the floor. And then as we tilt, eye gaze out to the fingertips. Keep the chin tucked as you move. That's going to help protect the neck. Now listen, lift the chest off the floor as high as you can. And you do that by sliding the shoulder blades in as we lift. So slide them in, hold them in, lower down. Now engage the low back by squeezing your butt tight here. Three more. So in this move, we are strengthening every muscle down the back of the body. 2 more, lift as high as you can. Try to lift your chest so high, the belly button is the first thing on the floor. Ready? Up, right, center, left, center, and down. Good job. Let's flip to our back. We're gonna do some bridge work. So heels in toward the glutes. Lie down on your mat. Palms up, hands by your hips. Now feet are hip distance apart. And then keep a straight line between the ankle to the knee, and then the knee to the hip. As we move, Be mindful of the knees. Don't let them cave in. Keep them in line with your hips. All right, come on up. Squeeze the butt. And lower down. Up. Squeeze at the top. And lower. So each direction of the move we're controlling. And then at the top, give an extra tight squeeze. Try to lift 1 inch higher. 10 more. Push down through the mat with your heels. So then the chain of power travels from the heels up through the calves into the hamstrings, glutes, and low back. Five more. Three. Extra squeeze at the top. Push the hips higher. 2. Lift higher. And last one. Hold up. Pulse 15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Nice job. Pull the knees in toward the chest. Let's go into our balance work. So for our balance work, you might want to chair or roll nearby, but you can also use for balance. But our first balance move is going to work on shoulder stability. So stay on the floor. And we're going to go into a plank. Down under shoulders. Bring the feet hip distance apart. And push up into plank. Your modification will be to keep the knees down. Wherever you are, belly button folds in. And we're going to take the right hand, try not to shift your weight too much. Bring it to the low back, palm up, and switch. Left hand now. 4 more. 3. So again, as you move, try to keep your hips still. The hand is coming behind. A little chicken wing. What we're working here is shoulder strength and stability. Last one. Good job. Push back to child's pose. All right. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Rock back to your feet. And roll up slowly. Let's go to some standing balance. So our first move, we're going to come into a half squat. Bring the arms up to shoulder height. And come up to your toes. Balance in here. We're going to lift the arms up and down. Up and down. So shoulders are down from the ears. Core is locked in. Chest is lifted. 5 more. So here we're working on stability in the toes, putting a lot of work in the ankles, a lot of work in the core. Take the next one. Good. Shake it out a little bit. And if you need a chair, you can bring it next to you on your right side. We're going to lift the left leg, extend it out. Heel drives forward, point the toe. Heel, toe. Now if you can, try not to hold on to anything. If you need to, you can put your hand on the chair, table, or wall. And as you get to feel more comfortable, reduce it to 1 finger. When you feel even more comfortable, hands off. where you put your hands is up to you. Last one. Good. Shake it out. Switch the chair over to the other side if you're using one, or you can just turn your body. Ready? So, spread your feet out on the floor. Get a nice strong base. Pull your core in, and lock in the middle of your body. Shoulders down, chest up. You lift the leg, pull the toe back, and pull. Flex, and pull. So balance helps you find a spot on the floor. Just stare at it. Make sure your foot like a suction cup. Spread it out on the floor. And use the tiny muscles in your feet to help you balance your body. 3 more. Lift up. Don't start slouching in. And done. Give it a good shake. Good job. So we're going to take that move. We're going to make it a little bit bigger. What we're going to do next is going to be a knee lift to extension. Okay? So plant the right leg. Bring the left knee up. Extend. And pull in. Good. Extend. And pull in. Two more. Right, breathe in high as you can. 2 more. Last one. Set it down, switch sides. Suction from your foot to the floor, spread it out, keep the muscles in the foot ready to work. Take the knee up, core in, shoulders down, chest up, use the chair if you need it. Extend, and in. So as we're working, you might notice that even though we're not doing push-ups or anything, sit-ups, it's still a lot of core work. So strong core helps us with balance, which in turn helps us avoid injury, right? Set the foot down, shake it out. So we did balance work going forward with the leg. Now we're going to do some balance work tipping back. So, get on the chair if you need it. Spread the right foot up on the floor. Watch first, and then we'll pick up together. So we're going to bring the knee up, then extend to warrior 3. Okay? Join me. Knee up, extend to warrior 3. Up. Drive the heel back, squeeze the glute. Again, finding a spot on the floor will help you balance. Chair is optional. And if you find the extension of the hand is too much, just do the leg. Also, as you extend back, you can tap your toe down. This is breathing you up, you can tap your toe down. Okay? Let's do 2 more. Last one. Good. Let's switch sides. So shake out your foot. Plant the left foot. Spread it out. Core in. Chest up. Shoulders down. Lift the right knee. And extend it back. Drive back with the heel. So flex your foot here. And come back up. So balance. Keep going. I'm going to talk. It's hard to talk down at the same time. Do a total of 8. We don't tend to do very many balance exercises. And what that's doing is putting our body in a position where it's not used to having to balance. So if we happen to lose our balance, our body doesn't quite remember fast enough how to activate the muscles in order to catch. So on your own, I encourage you to do some balance movements to help refresh the muscles in the mind, how to coordinate and work for when you do this in a split second. Last one. Let's go. Good. All right, so one more balance move. Actually, no, time-wise, let's get into the stretches. So come on down. And again, all of these moves are things that you can do by yourself at home. We're gonna go now into our cool down and stretch. So come on down to your belly. And our focus today is going to be stretching and increasing spinal mobility, which goes along with the core health. So we're gonna go into a prone extension first. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Squeeze your butt and squeeze your legs together. And we're going to just lift up. So if this is the extent to which you feel comfortable, stay here. If you're feeling good, you can lift up off the floor. You can even move the hips off the floor. And we'll up facing the floor. Come back down. And lift up. 3, 2, 1. And down. So again, wherever you're comfortable, if this is as high as you can go, that's fine. If you're down low like this though, keep your eye gaze to the floor. Lower down. 2 more. Lift. And lower. 1 more time. Lift. And lower. Come on up into horse stance. Hands over your shoulders. Knees over your feet. We're going to do something called a tail wag, focusing on the C curve side to side on the spine. So look back toward your right hip. Hold your right hip and shoulder toward each other. And make the letter C with your spine. 3, 2, 1. Back to neutral. Do it again. 3, 2, 1. Back to neutral. And do it again. Same side each time. 3, 2, 1. 2 more. Now, each time we do this, try to squeeze a little bit tighter, bringing your hip and shoulder closer together. And back. Last one. Eye gaze to your hip. Hip pulling up to shoulder. Shoulder curling down to hip. And back to neutral. Let's do the other side. I'm going to turn forward for this one so you can see it from this angle. All right, ready? Opposite hip now. Look back. 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Do it again. 3, 2, 1. Each rep, trying to curve a little bit deeper into that feet. 2 more. So feel like a really nice stretch through the side that you're not curling toward. Good. Hold neutral. Take your right hand, place it palm up on the small of your back. So like this. Hand under shoulder, knees under hips. And we're going to turn toward the right side, opening the chest up to the wall to the right. So here, back to center, and open up. 3, 2, 1, back to center. Open, drive the palm down, pull your right shoulder up toward the ceiling. We have 1 more. And open. 3, 2, 1, and back down. Place the right hand down, left hand behind the back, palm facing up. Pull the shoulder only down, and turn to the left now. So here, what we're working on is the range in which we can twist through our spine. So keeping the hips fixed, keeping the shoulders somewhat fixed, doing the movement through the spine. We've got 2 more. Drive the palm down, try to open the chest a little bit more each time. Last one. Good job. Let's go into child's pose. Bring your hips back to your heels. Walk your fingertips out away from your body. And just settle here for a minute. Each breath, bringing the hips back closer to the heels. Just relaxing through the low spine. Picture yourself melting into the mat. Now take a hand and walk them over to the right. Again, flexing through the spine, making the letter C with your spine. Back to center. Now walk them over to the left. Do a nice stretch down the side that we're not curving for. Back to center. One more time to the right. Back to center. And one more time to the left. All right, let's sit on the rear end. We're going to bring the feet wider than our hips. Lift up through the chest. We're going to reach left hand toward the left foot. We're going to open the chest up toward the ceiling as we bring the arm up and over. So not turning toward the legs. Remember, we're working through spinal mobility today. So chest is open as far toward the ceiling as you can get it. Reaching the hand up and over, stretching through the spine. Stretching through the side, then lengthening the spine. And back to center. And reach again, same side. Up. And down. 2 more times. Now, each time we come back down, we're going to reach a little bit further. Try to open the chest a little bit higher to the ceiling. Last one. Back to center. Switch sides. So left hand up. Keep the chest open. And reach. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Back to center. And reach. 3, 2, 1. Again, keeping the chest open forward to me. If you're even more flexible, you can open it toward the ceiling. And take this stretch. Last one. And feet together. We're going to hold forward. So inhale up, straighten through the spine, reach the fingertips long, and then dive forward. Reaching your toes if you can. If not, it's okay to bring your hands to the shins. Now again, focusing on flexibility through the spine. So it's a great stretch for the legs, but imagine there's somebody behind you pulling back on your abdomen. You're going to push your back toward the wall behind you. Curve through your hips and feel the vertebrae of your low back pull apart. Roll up slowly. Inhale up, spine nice and straight. Forward fold, curve through the back. Pull your vertebrae back, pull your shoulders forward, curve through your hips. 3 more times, roll up. Inhale up. Forward fold. Arch through the back, tuck the hips. Pull the shoulders forward toward your feet. Lengthen through your spine as much as possible. Roll up. 2 more. Inhale up. Forward fold. Arch through the back. Roll up. Here's our last one. And then we are done. Up. Forward fold. Arch. And roll up slowly. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I apologize for the internet issues. but we were able to get everything in. So thanks for being here. Asha, it's good to see your face. Hi.
Good to see you. Such a good class. Thank you so much, Karen.
Thanks for being here. Good to see you guys. Have a nice week.
You too. Bye.
Bye.